Good morning, everybody. Hello. I am Chloe. This is Rise and Right. This is a whole new week, and hopefully it's going to be a better week than other weeks have been. I'm put a lot of eggs in this week's basket. And I feel good about that. I'm also looking at my phone like an ass. Like, that's okay. And I got this started on time. I'm really proud of myself for that. I was trying to set up an Amazon ad. I don't do well with Amazon ads, but I don't lose money on them. So I feel like I should keep them running, even though I tend to if I have a $10 ad spend, I will probably make $10.25 off of it. But I feel like one day maybe I'll get this stuff to work and yay. But anyway, so I decided before I started the sprint to put an ad together because I thought it would take 2 seconds that I could just clone another ad and switch the book over. Anyways, didn't work. So I went to put it together and everything was going fine. And then I just got really hung up on the ad copy for it. Also, when I put in my keywords, if you've never done Amazon ads, one of the ways to do it is you put keywords in, and most of them will probably generate a suggested bid for it. You never want to go with the suggested bid because Amazon is not set up anymore for books specifically. Their ad system certainly is not. So that recommended bid is way too high for you to reasonably profit from if you're selling books, just because their bottom line is a lot higher usually these days. Most people are making more than, $2 to $5 per sale. So, and also, with most products, people aren't going to look at 100 similar products before they find the one that they want, so books are just kind of a different thing. But anyways, all of the recommended bids were astronomical, which doesn't affect me. It just, because I wasn't going to go with those anyways, but it just looked really weird, And then I remembered it was Prime Day. This is the worst possible day to start ads. Hopefully it doesn't disrupt it in the long run. Hopefully starting it today doesn't have long-term negative consequences for it, but it's certainly going to be a day that is completely fruitless. So that was how I started my morning. Hello, Rose Lynn, and hello, Foxy Army. Thank you for joining me. We're going to be doing, Foxy Army, you are new to me, so I will be doing, I believe it ends up being 90 minutes worth of sprints over the next 2 hours. I try to keep my breaks to under 5 minutes, so I will be starting the first sprint in just a minute here. My breaks do tend to run just a little bit longer than that, and there is some buffer in it, but we'll probably be done at I'm on the East Coast. I'm Eastern time. So for me, it'll be probably about 10 afternoon, but I'm going to try to finish at exactly noon. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this first sprint going, and we'll see if we can get some more people in either of the two houses this is streaming on. And of course, by houses, I mean YouTube and Twitch. Our first sprint is going to be 10 minutes. And then every sprint after this is going to be 20 minutes. So this is just the warm up. And I'm going to be finishing up this ad during this 10 minutes. So I don't know what I am going to be doing. After that, I decided to do a stream this morning without an actual plan for what I'm working on today, but that's okay. We figure it out, right? Also, good morning, Carrie. Thank you for joining. Let's see. I feel like a minute ago I said I was going to be starting sprints early, but then it took me forever to get it on the screen. There we go. So 10 minutes is on the clock. It is 5 past, so I will see you all at 1/4 past. Go get a bit of work done, and then we'll talk about what we're working on. Sorry for the really dramatic stink face there. I hit the unmute button and it didn't actually work, and I assumed it did. Anyways, we're back. I guess the good news with that is that I didn't scare anybody with my over animated and we're back that I usually do. So that was a perk, I guess, to me. Failing to unmute my mic. Yeah, we're back. Let me know what y'all are working on. I didn't actually get that much work done. Also, hello, Courtney, and hello, Spence. Thanks for joining. We are starting to get people here now. Woo. I finished up that ad, and it was actually a really good thing that I didn't finish it before the show started, because when I looked back at the ad copy, I had a spelling error in the ad copy. That would have, I would hope that would I live in a world where that would prevent people from buying my book. Like, I should hope that if you are looking at books on Amazon and their ad is a single sentence and there is a spelling error in it, that you take that as an indicator not to buy that book, because I certainly do. Anyways, I caught it. Also, you can't like fix it once it's done. You just have to completely start over. So I got that fixed, and then I worked on my job application. If you're a regular follower of mine, you know that I have to go back to work because of cat medical bills. And I applied a month ago, and I never heard anything. And I'm a cake decorator. I work at Publix, or I was, and that's what I'm trying to get back into. And so at first it was like coming up on Memorial Day, and I was like, I haven't heard anything because they don't want to like deal with hiring a new person then. And then like it just kind of slipped my brain, as life does as it does. And then I finally got to this point where I was like, I think my application's about to expire, because they only last a month. Like, it'll stay in the system for 6 months, but it's only active for a month, and then you have to update it. So when I went to do that, I discovered that a store, I just found this out. It's not even a store that I had tagged as being stores that I'm interested in. But like everybody can see it. It's a store that's not too far from me, but it's not one that I tagged that I was interested in. They pulled my application, which means that they said, we're looking at this candidate, so nobody else can have her right now. And then they never did anything. So most likely I haven't heard from anybody in a month, because my application was pulled a month ago, and so nobody else could see it. Hey, buddy. That's my sick kitty, who is feeling a little bit better today, a little bit more spry. Hopefully he's getting better. So that was what I did in this sprint. Was I updated that application. Also, just putting it out there, if I do like have to cut off one of the breaks, I am expected 2 phone calls. One from his vet that will hopefully get like science stuff back to say what it was that made him sick this week. And then the other being possibly that Publix to like make an interview, but I have a feeling that they are still planning on just like sitting forever. Oh my God. Big follows. Just putting it out there to all of you on YouTube. It has been a minute since Big Follows has popped up on my stream, and I'm now like, oh my God, how do I block this stuff? Why am I forgetting this? It's been so long. So ban that. Burp. And okay, there we go. No more big follows. So that was what I did on my sprint. But I did decide that I'm going to be editing on the rest of the sprints. I really prefer to use my sprints for writing, but I have to get this little bit of editing done. and I'm not having inspiration on my short story yet. Yesterday, I ended up writing a really long short story. It was 3,000 words. It was surprisingly romantic. It's been a while since I've done an actual like romance short story. I really like how it came out, but also because it came out so well, I'm a little burnt out today. So I don't know if it's going to be a short today, but there is going to be more editing. So we're going to edit right now, or whatever you're doing. Spence is bitching about how awful her night was last night, and I support that because that I've had those nights, and I like bitch away. Spence had a tornado warning that didn't actually become a tornado, but did become a really bad night for her because of it. So let's sprint for 20 minutes and hopefully we'll all get a bit of productivity done. I know Courtney said that she was napping during hers, so that's also productive, but we'll see what happens. I'll see you guys in 20 minutes. Okay, we are back. And I just realized this is entirely inconsequential, but what happened at the last sprint is I unmuted before the timer ran out. And then after the timer ran out, I unmuted again, which of course just muted me. Mystery solved. Let me know how you did. I got most of a scene edited there. This is something that has already gone through a couple edits, but I did want to like spruce up some of the content in it to like change the vibe a little bit. So it's still kind of a, it's not a proofread. I am actually changing a little bit in it. But anyways, I got most of the scene done, which I feel good about because as I mentioned before, I am waiting on a couple of phone calls. So I keep looking, like every time the light flashes on my phone, I have to look at it, even though I know that it'll actually say that there is a phone call occurring. I see the indicator light and I'm like, oh, must see what it is. Incidentally, if anybody is interested, Prime Day deal, the Handmaid's Tale set is currently a Prime deal for $14.70. I did really enjoy those books, and I am not somebody who recommends things because they are popular lit fic. I tend to not go for lit fic unless it is genuinely good. I am pretty exclusively a genre fiction reader because I have a degree in English and I don't need to hurt my brain reading anymore. So when I say that I enjoyed Handmaid's Tale and the Testaments, that's coming from the perspective of somebody who reads for enjoyment as opposed to reading to be challenged. And $14.70 is a good deal for 2 paperbacks. Yeah, if anybody has been thinking about it and wants to compare it to the show, I enjoyed them. Obviously, they're a lot different from the show. Yeah, anyways. So during that sprint, Ginny joined us over on Twitch and Laura joined us on YouTube. Laura is working but here for company and is listening to the book The Troop. It is horror. I am not surprised because it is Laura. Let me know how it is though. It's been ages since I've read horror, but the reason I got into romance, the first book that like led me down this really convoluted path was Interview with the Vampire, and the entire, basically Anne Rice's entire catalog, except for like everything that followed The Witching Hour in that series, because I believe the second book was Taltos, whatever it was. I was like, you know what? I am 13 and I don't think I should be reading this book, that one book. But anyways, Spence also shared her harrowing tale of what happened last night with the tornado. So, tornado warning, the headmistress Spence dragging us down to the basement in a panic, which is a whole thing because we live in a duplex with no access to a basement. So had to ask our neighbors. Thankfully, I've never had anything that complicated. Usually when I'm dealing with, like what I've dealt with a tornado in the past, I've been like, in an apartment or whatever. So like you just go downstairs. There's common space. And hid in the neighbor's basement. And this is not friendly neighbors. The guy's pretty nice. Feel bad. He lives with his woman, but still, you always wonder about people like that, right? I've known so many people over the years who like one of them was real cool and the other one was a nightmare. And like, why do you do this? But whatever. The warning expired. She's calmed down. She calmed down the storm panicked husband and this 7-year-old here. from the bed in the middle of the night. Oh, poor kiddo. But then at 3 a.m. the power goes out, and the traumatized pizza demon starts crying and has to spend the rest of the night in bed with you guys. Mr. Smith is snoring like a freight train now, but neither kiddo nor Haley could get back to sleep. And so the kiddo could finally be by himself because the sun is coming up, but then he pukes because he's been so upset. There was a mysterious crawling horror in the bed, and she's making Mr. Spence bring home takeout for dinner. Absolutely. I support all of that. And I am so sorry that you had that night. I feel like we've all had nights like that. We can all sympathize, but also I am so sorry that you had that night. Let's go ahead and do our next sprint. Also, like, what is everybody else working on? Thank you, Laura, so much for immediately telling me what you're working on. Oh, Courtney is back from nap sprint. That's right. Courtney did immediately tell me that she was doing a nap sprint. So that's right. So thank you, Courtney, as well. But now it's time to do farm chores. Woo! Okay. For me, it's going to be more editing. I've just got these 2 scenes to edit, and then I'll be back into like fresher content, and I'm excited about that. Spence is doing dishes. So 20 minutes on the clock. It is 48 past, so I'll see you guys at 8 after the hour. Okay, we're back. After some technical dumbness on my part. It's okay. That seems to just be the theme for today, right? It's okay. I finished the scene. Let me know what you guys did. So this is my Bella project, the alien romance, and my first 5 episodes, I believe, are now as finalized as they are going to be. I had wanted to get this entire damn thing written this month, at least have like the rough draft for it, and now I'm like, I keep losing time because of him, that beautiful sleeping boy right there who keeps getting sick and stressing the hell out of me, because for right now my life is just 24/7 me and him, right? Like, this is, you are looking at pretty much any given moment between like 8 a.m. and 10 p.m. in my life. So him being sick like is like an amplified stress, right? Because if he's not right, and yeah, anyways, it makes sense. But so I've gotten these 5 episodes completely finished. It looks like I only have 2.5 more episodes that are rough drafted. I really, no, 3.5, which is better. But yeah, Sandy is my alpha reader for this. If anybody else wants to alpha read some alien erotic romance, let me know. But she pointed out that it's very much erotica and not romance, or it is giving that vibe. Even though like she hasn't even read any of the sex yet, it's fine. But anyways, so I was trying to at least get a bit more character development in that front before I kept going. Like, definitely get those first 5 episodes totally finalized, and then the rest of it will fill in. So I got that done, and hopefully through the rest of today, I would love at some point to get inspiration for a short story. But in the meantime, if that doesn't happen, I'm hoping that I can fluff up these episodes to get more. I feel like I definitely have more of a insta love vibe than what I wanted in it. So that is what I am looking at working on from here forward. And we'll see what happens. It's really weird because of the plot that I have set up for the story. I can't really dodge insta love entirely with it, but I don't like to rely too heavily on that trope. I'm not actually a fan of that trope. So, also, I have sitting right there, Writers Conduit is a con that is happening next weekend. If you go to their website, everything is pretty finalized now. It's just this is their first year, so it's pretty ragtag, but that's first year with anything. It's a first year virtual writing convention. It is totally free. Everything is going to be streamed on Twitch, which if you are watching me from YouTube right now and you don't have a Twitch account, you don't need a Twitch account unless you actually want to chat with anybody. But if you just want to watch it without interacting at all, you can do that for free on Twitch. Twitch is free anyways. You can do that without an account on Twitch. But I'm going to be on 5 panels for it. I might be by myself on one of them. I don't know if I'm looking forward to that, but that's okay. It's a writing sex to any romance market. So I was hoping that I would have some other people who write in different markets than me. I can certainly talk about how, what the elements of sex would be in historical romance. But I don't write historical romance. So it's nice to have, other perspectives. My contemporary is erotic romance. So, and I don't read contemporary really. So I'm a little bit limited on that. I could talk obviously all, year about sex and paranormal romance. But so yeah, it's just going to be interesting. Oh, and then my knowledge of romantic suspense is a little bit dated. I don't know if things have changed since I read it. I used to be very much a whale reader in it though. So I'm doing that panel by myself. Hopefully I get somebody else, but we'll see. And then I'm also doing one on writing consent. And I'm doing transitioning from from pantsing to plotting, and one on NaNoWriMo, and one on just indie versus traditional publishing. So those are the panels I'm going to be on. They've got, I think there's like 70 panels going on. There's a lot going on with it. So yeah, check out the website, take a look at the panel, see if there's something you want to sit in on. Like I said, it's totally free. So come join us, have fun. And let's go ahead and get our next sprint going. It is 11:15. Oh, also Spence got the dishwasher loaded. And Laura got sucked in to looking at jobs to get back to work. Dude, with the crazy, you weren't here at the beginning of the show to hear my craziness right now with my job search. But like last night, I saw an article about how they're having to delay or how to cancel all of these flights because they don't have enough like airport employees. And I'm like, I could work at an airport for a little while, I guess. Airport's kind of far from me though, and it's really shitty traffic to go through, so I don't want to do that. But I definitely was like on the Delta website for a second. So yeah. And you found a job in animation that is a 10-minute walk from your house. That's fantastic. But you need your citizenship to go through first. That is lame. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this next sprint going. As I said, I was going to do a minute ago. We're actually really good on time though. It's 11:16 here in Atlanta. So this is going to take us to 11:36. We'll have one more sprint after that, and that'll take us to right about noontime. Just a scotch afterward if I do everything right. So I'll see you guys at 11:36. Okay, that was time. Let me know how you did. I got caught up in a Discord discussion. So I did a little bit of editing, but I definitely did not get a full 20 minutes of editing in there. The Discord conversation started out with talking about social media and writing. This is the Discord channel for that con that I was talking about during the last break. But it started out talking about, somebody was asking about social media. And I wanted to throw in my 2 cents about how I don't understand TikTok. Like I keep hearing all of these authors say that they are like having massive sales because they're using TikTok, and none of them ever say what they post. I have no idea what I would post. I just get a lot of, make sure you post every day. Like, okay, but what? But anyways, I jumped in with that and we talked about that for a minute, and then somehow it switched to how oh God, what's the correct term? Things like OCD and ADHD, mental, oh God, I'm blanking on the term, but stuff like that, how it's misrepresented in our culture and in media, and how we are blaming things for it that like they're not the cause for it. They're just they're exacerbated by it. Anyways, as somebody with OCD, I feel that a lot because I feel like OCD is like the original, now it's always stuff with ADHD and like we're blaming ADHD on all kinds of weird things and vice versa. But like, I feel like OCD is the original, we've always used the term OCD to describe somebody who is just anal retentive. And that is, I mean, you can be both, of course, but they are certainly not the same thing. And because of it, I was misdiagnosed for decades because I just didn't realize that the things that were happening to me were OCD because I am not a clean freak. So it is a button for me because it changed my life so much. Learning that I was OCD and getting a better idea of like why I am the way I am. And it also became a lot easier for me to deal with my issues, just knowing that they are issues and that there's a lot, I'm sure a lot of you understand this for whatever your neurodiversity, there we go, whatever your neurodiversity might be, or like just your little glitch, because I feel like even if you are not neurodiverse, oh God, I'm blanking on all of the words right now. It's okay. I know that there's a word for that, and it's just not neurotypical. There we go. That if you're neurotypical, you still have those moments where you blame yourself for reacting poorly to something that you feel like you could have done better with, that actually you couldn't because of whatever reason, whether it's because you've just suffered a trauma. You have like people with PTSD who certainly blame themselves for how they react to things that, is not like a normal reaction, but like normal is such a weird thing. There is no normal, or the normal reaction can be the thing that's considered abnormal, like, men having feelings. Of course, men have the same emotional range as women, but they're, we have these, I know things are finally starting to get better with it, but certainly we have centuries of training men to not show emotions the way that women do. But yeah, so for me, the fact that like OCD is presented as this clean freak checking the oven and the locks constantly, which I do a little bit of that, but not nearly enough that I thought was, a disorder. So it delayed because all of these other things that I thought were normal were absolutely not. And I just had no idea, because OCD is so misrepresented, that I had no idea that all of these other things were huge indicators that I have OCD and that I have a fairly severe form of it. I can't be medicated because I have an allergy to some of the medications, and I also have a metabolic issue. I don't metabolize things at the rate that I'm supposed to, so it's not safe for me to take a lot of the medications. But even just like being cognizant of it makes a huge difference in my life. Really, like, made a huge change for me. I I don't know why I dragged that Discord conversation into this conversation, but here we are. Let's do our last sprint. Let's get this done. It's 11:42 now, so we'll be just past noon here on the East Coast. And then we can get going with our days. I am going to hopefully actually get like work done. But we'll see what happens. I'll see you guys in 20 minutes for the farewells. carrying in today's tradition of messing up my mic. It looks like I never muted that, but it's okay because I was just typing, obviously. Nobody had any complaints about it. And that's everything for today. I ended up getting 4 scenes edited, 3 of the old ones and 1 of the new ones. The scene I'm working on now is the one that I knew was going to be the most intensive, so I'm glad that I at least got to it today. I actually have another co-writing thing in an hour, so I will continue it then. I just realized I got this dress yesterday at Walmart for $11. It's surprisingly cute, but this seam is at a really weird place, and I probably am the only person who would ever notice that. I don't, you know what it is it's a raglan sleeve. This is super weird that I'm even going into this. This is the end of the show, by the way. It's a raglan, kind of a raglan sleeve. I don't know. Oh no, it is. It is absolutely a raglan sleeve. But usually it's not, usually you don't see them on a dress, and usually they're a different color. You know, it's the style of t-shirt where usually the shirt is white with a screen print on it, but the sleeves are a different color. And on this dress, it kind of just looks like it's being sagged down and it's supposed to be up here. It's not. So one design flaw with this dress that will bother me every single time I wear it on camera. So I might not wear this on camera again. I'll wear it in like daily life though. So it was a good $11 investment. It's cute on me. I don't know. Anyways, that is everything for today. I really am feeling motivated this week. So I'm hoping that I am going to be doing this show more this week. I'm hoping that I'll be able to do this pretty consistently. I don't think I'm going to go for the gold of doing it 5 days this week, but hopefully I will be back here in this time slot a few more mornings for me, whatever time it is for you. And I will definitely be back here Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern with Sandy for our night write. So that is what I am looking at this week. Hopefully, again, I will be able to be here more. We'll see. Otherwise, again, next weekend, June 25 to 27, I am going to be participating in Writer's Conduit. Let's see if I can link this again. Yes, it is still what is in my copy paste. I will be doing this weekend. There's tons of panels, tons of different things, all for writers. It is a writers only convention. So I mean, I guess if you're in the industry in another way, it'd be helpful for certain things. But anyways, check it out. It's totally free. It is the inaugural year of it, so we're doing our best. But the panels themselves, I mean, it's people talking about writing, and like, you are watching me because you are a person who likes to write and also talk about writing, right? So something for you to do this weekend. Pop in and out. All the panels are an hour. Yeah, hopefully I'll see you then, and hopefully I will see you again sometime this week as I endeavor to do as many virtual write-ins as possible. You guys all have a great day, and get some more work done, and I will see you around. Happy writing, everybody.